Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, hey everyone. I'm here tonight and a couple of different pies. We got the Raspberry Pi right there. This guy's running my stream forwarder, and that's what allows me to stream on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook simultaneously. Interesting. There might be where I'm at right now. There might be some internet problems, so hopefully the internet quality is totally fine. You're not experiencing significant interruptions. But anyways, the impetus for this video is that I was reading this book right here. It's a Strategic Interaction by Erving Goffman. It's published in 1969, and he was talking about detecting spies. And spies kind of do weird little things that sort of give them away to the native population. And the way he described it is if you had someone who was eating pie from the tip, so I took it as meaning this way, instead of from the side, which I took it as meaning this way. So you sort of come in with the fork and just shovel it in from the side. And that really confused me, because he seemed to suggest that the normal way to eat pie was from the side and not from the tip, eating it, sort of along this axis. Like me and pretty much everybody else that I know eats pie. I asked on Twitter, does anybody eat pie from the side? And nobody seems to know how to do that. So, of course, I'm thinking maybe, Erving Goffman, he's a pretty well-known sociologist, has published a lot. Maybe he's just using some advanced pie techniques that I've never heard of, and maybe he's just ahead of the curve, and we're the weird ones for eating pie this way. So the pies I have here, they're 2 slices of French silk pie. For those of you who don't have Perkins in the pancakes, we can get sort of the same sort of breakfast food and these sorts of things. So for this pie, we'll be testing it out, eating the pie sort of the normal way from this axis. And for this pie, we're going to be trying the advanced pie eating technique, and we'll see how it goes. I already know I like this pie because I've had it a couple of times before. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the. All right, so we got a nice little scoop right there. Got a decent amount of crust, mostly the filling, and let's just get that right in. That was a pretty good bite. Tastes pretty well balanced, and yeah, Bobby, it's true. Sometimes physical cues can't be described to mere mortals. Let's get another one. This one's gonna have the little curl on it. So as you can see, when I ate it this way, the pie did kind of fall back over. It's off balance now, and this piece is sort of coming apart a little bit. Oh my. Now it's time to flip the angle. It's harder when I don't have my tripod. All right. Yeah. So that was pretty good. Thought I got nice, pretty balanced slices, but sort of one of the consequences of that is now the pie is very off-center in its tip, and it's sort of a little bit more difficult to access now eating it from this way. So let's try pie number 2, going in from the side. So not sure how. Okay. Okay. So what's interesting about this one, if you guys can see this slice, I got barely any crust, mostly just filling, not a lot on the top. Perhaps French silk pie might not be a very good example for this technique, might be a little bit of a challenge because the little curls, they don't really do too well for this kind, just kind of hit on them. So I'm gonna get some of those guys off. And let's see how this bite tastes. Okay. So I really like the French silk pie filling, and that bite was pretty much all filling. So yeah, I thought that was pretty good, but it really doesn't fully capture the sort of, I guess, full range of pie. So let's try coming from the side one that gets more of the crust. So the pie is totally falling apart, but this is a more sort of balanced bite, and I'm getting the balanced bite kind of at all levels of the pie. So when you go front to back, and then you get these bites that are just all crust and no filling. But I think this one, you're getting the crust, but it does seem to be a little bit more balanced. Let's see how this tastes. Yeah. So that bite was pretty good. Felt much more even. I kind of have just more of all of the elements sort of in harmony. Yeah. But one thing to notice though is the pie has still also become a little bit unstable. Like this little chunk fell off. So let's try one more bite coming from the side. Yeah. So this one, once again, is pretty much all filling, but a little bit of crust at the bottom. Yeah. I think it's harder to get balanced bites when you're doing it this way. But I think for certain kinds of pies, doing it the horizontal way is actually superior. Because, yeah, I don't think this way would work very well for fruit pies or pies that have a topper, right? But if you have a cream pie like this, you know, like it's like this is mousse based with, you know, the, I don't know, the like whipped cream stuff on top. I think this method actually is a little bit better because for sort of the main bites, you get more of the filling, which is really what you want out of the pie anyways. But then when you start to get to sort of these bites here, coming from the side, gives you the more sort of balanced filling to crust ratio that you really want when you're starting to get to the end, so you aren't just getting crust. Oh, yeah, Marcus. Some people certainly do it the crust first way. I would call that backwards, but I think that's sort of along the same axis that I was talking about. So I think it's a little bit different. I didn't want to eat 3 slices of pie at once, but that's certainly a technique that I can experiment with in the future. On the pie, this technique is superior because I think this as sort of a back end crust bite is a lot better than what you're going to get going front to back. So yeah, I guess to conclude, it looks like Erving Goffman was right, and in some cases I think this technique of eating pie is in fact better than the way. So you got to be careful when you're using this, but I think that if you're pulling this out, this can be a pretty powerful technique to enhance your pie eating experience. And you know, when your friends are at the table and they're very confused when you turn your pie to 90 degrees, just say, I'm using some advanced pie eating techniques. So yeah, 8 out of 10 total. Pretty good. I'm pretty surprised. I wasn't expecting it to go this well. So thanks for tuning in, everybody, and hope you guys enjoyed this review. And I'll be back over the next couple of weeks with my more usual fast food style reviews. So have a nice night, everyone, and